Yes, we're back. Welcome to the weekend. It is Saturday here in Dubai, and today we're going to be talking about something different, something fresh. We're going to be reviewing a show that I just saw, and it's quite interesting, and it's called Listen to Black Women. And I found the show rather interesting. And the reason why it's interesting is because it touches on a few subjects that actually a lot of black women are disillusioned about. And it's conducted by four ladies, four single, successful black women.
Welcome to Listen to Black Women. I'm L'Oreal, and we're here with Elle Barner.
I'm a feminine woman, and traditionally I want to play the feminine role.
Ebony K. Williams.
Our show up in this world is Ebony K. Williams, and no man can just hop on that.
And the beautiful Melissa Ford.
I want to preface all my answers with the fact that I am a progressive traditionalist.
And let me tell y'all something. You are in for a treat of an episode because you are sitting amongst women that are always going to tell it like it is, whether they get backlash or not.
But that's all I'm going to say to you right now, because I want us to go through this and scrutinize what successful black women are saying. Because we are at a crucial point in the relationship market where we're not getting any better. We're not getting any better as a black community. I say that with some reservations because there are things that you guys got to understand about dating. And just so that we understand words, dating, living, shacking up and having a great time with one person for a while or a short while, doesn't matter. When you sign a contract, when you go into a serious agreement and you have kids with that person, that's a whole other deal, my friends. That marriage, you better take serious, because that's not just a fun thing anymore. That's not a romantic thing anymore. That is a legally binding thing. That's the one that will break most men, not women. Women benefit from marriages. It will break men. So we have to make that decision very carefully. Now that that's said, we're going to get into the show, but before we get into the show, guys, you know what I'm going to ask. Subscribe, and turn on that notification button. All right? Just so that you guys can get more amazing content like this. Yes, you got to admit it. It's amazing. There I go. I'm blowing my own horn, man. I'm just confessing, I'm not boasting. I'm confessing. All right, listen. If you guys want a quick question, get me over on Instagram on Ask an Older Man. But more importantly, you should book a session with me so that I can help you get through 2024 with a lot less stress. Let's see what the ladies have to say, because I'm telling you, this one you're going to love. I'm going to put a link to the show, but we're going to cover quite a bit of it, actually.
These real boss men, they do not desire a financial or an intellectual equal. They are not attracted to it. It is a turn off. The pee-pee goes, burp, burp, burp. It does. I'm telling y'all the truth. They did not go to law school, L'Oreal, so they could end up with a peer.
Wow, they went straight into the pee-pee. No, the pee-pee just went boop. You imagine if I went on air, right, on a show, and I just said, yeah, the coochie just dries up. Ooh, man, the cancellations would be coming in. Hey. Wow. But you know what? Let's ignore that. Let's hear what these boss bees have to say, because they sound like a strong bunch. Yellow hair and all.
So we have a lot of issues when it comes to when we want to say what we want as black women. Right, Ebony?
Well, since you went there, yeah, it's interesting. So the past several months where I've been leading conversation amongst black women and beyond, I think the main thing I've learned from this, y'all, is people really want black women to be happy with anything. What people really want black women to understand is that we are to be accepting of our positioning as the least desirable in society. We should get the memo that nobody really wants a black woman. Thus, if anybody was to find themselves willing to take up with us. We should be happy, we should be grateful, and we should shut up about it. And if you are a black woman that dares to push back on that mythology, because that's what it is, it's a damn lie from the pits of hell.
Right.
And if you were to push back on that and insist upon a value system, insist upon a criteria, insist upon just a standard into which we want to operate romantically, we are demonized.
Yes.
We are, we are seen as ungrateful, and eventually we become the ungrateful, angry black woman. And I personally won't have it.
So let me get this straight. Let's try to break down what she said. They must be accepted for that. Society must accept them for that. No, that's not how society works. Society judges you from your merits. That's it. Society basically says, hey, look, nice people, we treat them nice. Oh, they're more desirable because they're nice people. They're respectful, they treat people nice. Oh, look at these race of people. Oh, they are nice as well. They're very good at math and education. They're great at XYZ. Ah, that's how we judge them. Oh, look at this group of people. They're gangbangers. Oh, we have to treat them accordingly. Lock their asses up. Oh, look, we have drug dealers. Look, we have white drug dealers. We got black drug dealers. We got Hispanic drug dealers. We treat them accordingly. Oh, look, we have belligerent black women who have outrageous demands on men. Oh, they have a reputation for cheating. Oh, they have a reputation for having an aggressive attitude. Ah, they listen and apply their life to rap music. They have adopted feminism where they say, oh, I don't need a man. I'm a boss bee. We have to treat them accordingly. The problem with what she said, with what she says, is regardless of how we act, whether we black or white or green, you must accept what we want. That isn't how society works. And for an educated woman, I am surprised that she actually thinks that. It's like saying, oh, you know what? I go in for a job interview. I'm going to wear whatever the hell I want. I'm going to have a yellow hair. I'm going to have my tattoos and my tits and my ass cheeks out. And you know what? You better hire me. Why? Because I'm a black woman. And these are my standards. And you got to accept me for those standards. And if you don't, you're just a misogynist. You are a racist. You are a blah, 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 blah. That's all I hear her say. Tell me I'm wrong. This is the problem. Women don't realize they are the product. The man buys the product. Yeah, you might not like how I said it, but if the product is bad, the man ain't buying it. That is the issue. But here we have the product saying, no, we're the best damn product and you better like this product. And you buy it because you're supposed to buy it. And we're not pulling our prices down because you said that we're not worth it. No. So we're going to sit on the shelf and we will rot. That's pretty much what's happening. I'm literally, I am making an analogy, but the reality of it is that's what's happening. Because the product sitting on the shelf is literally women getting older. Who wants an old, angry woman who thinks that she's still worth the price of a fresh product? None. Nobody. Anyway, I think I ranted a little bit too long, but let's proceed. Let's hear what else Miss Williams have to say.
You got a lot of backlash. And then I believe it was Tyler Perry who came on the flip side and basically said that we need to start looking at men that don't make as much or the stay-at-home dads and considering them.
I think his exact thing was, I mean, if he can contribute to, the light bill, then the light bill, but but he makes you happy in all other areas, then and he met you at your worth. I thought he'd actually said he met you at your worst. I was like, wait, what are we even saying? What is this story that we're being force-fed? It's gross.
And they were applauding him.
I was just like, this is, first of all.
You see, the man gave an analogy. He didn't mean literally the light bill. He basically meant that, listen, if the man can't contribute what you can contribute because your earning power is more than his, you should just accept that. But if he is also providing pleasure and calmness and support and peace and protection in other areas. You see, one of the biggest problems that women have who have achieved a lot financially is that hypergamy kicks in. Hypergamy basically means that she cannot marry a man below her. She do not find him attractive. That is usually in the case of the amount of money he makes or his educational level or status. And if all of these women have achieved all three to a high degree, she's going to be looking for a man above her, either on her level or above. Most women are looking to find a man who's at least 27 to 33% better than her in all of those departments. So what happens? These men, especially the black men, do not want her because those women are primarily very argumentative and very masculine in nature because they are the women that push really hard. Which man wants to deal with that shit? No, most men don't. As a man of high value, most men don't want to compete with his wife when he gets home. No, there's no bigger nightmare. Let's hear what else they have to say.
Tyler Perry makes movies where the bus driver looks like Boris Kojo. And in that case, bring him on. Every single woman would be like, girl, I'm dating a bus driver. Oh, you want to see him? You know what I'm saying? So, yes, that's a factor. And it's like, I kind of feel like it was a gotcha moment with you.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, why throw bus driver at you?
Here's the thing about what...
All right. You see that one thing that she said right there? She might say it in jest, but we see this a lot more in women. Here's how we can clearly demonstrate that women are becoming more like men, and especially these type of women. Which one of us out of the genders that usually look for the opposite sex based on beauty? It's the man, correct? The man looks for a beautiful woman. What is it that the woman usually look for in a man? A protector and provider. Not a beautiful man. But as more and more women are becoming like men, we start to hear a lot more of this. Oh, if the bus driver had looked like whatever this guy name is, obviously a good-looking guy, oh, she'd love to tell her friends that she's marrying a bus driver, which is bullshit. She would never do it. She will hit it. She will hit Chad with the square jaw and the 6'6" and the muscular body, but she will never marry him. No, she will get his seed, but she's not going to marry him. She's not going to expose her finances to him. She's not going to want to deal with him on an everyday basis with money matters, etc. She wants a man above her in status, education, drive. She needs all of that. So she's bullshitting. It's a great laugh for the audience, but no. These women will hit it and tell him to get up before morning come. Get out. She'll boast about it to her friends like men would do because now they're men. They're not really women anymore. These are men with tits and a vagina. And no man wants to marry that, regardless of your race. Has nothing to do with your race except the fact that the majority of black women have this type of attitude. The majority, not saying all, but it's definitely more than any other race. Like I said in videos past, the black American brand is tarnished, horrible. They have put themselves in this position where men, black men, their own kind, don't want them anymore. They don't find them attractive for wife material. That's the difference. Let's proceed with this conversation. Let's hear where else they're going to go with this.
They're suggesting, right? The subtext is going back to what we just talked about. Your worth is minimal. So if you are willing to accept minimal contribution to your household, a la a light bill, that is equivalent to your value in society. That's the subtext there that no one's saying out loud.
But but the other subtext in there is the assumption that Black women's only option is to date Black men.
Oh, well.
The conversation really never gets examined as to the other options that Black women have.
Right.
You know, and listen, I understand wanting to be race loyal. I understand wanting to, if you're a Black woman, you want to marry a Black man, you want to have Black children. I totally get it. But the reality of the situation is that I feel like, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, I feel like Black men don't really want to have the conversation that Black women actually do have more options that are available to them than are ever kind of proposed.
Yeah.
Because yes, Black men, sure, it might be a little bit more difficult, but if you are willing to date outside your race, the options open up.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And here's the thing. The Black man's brand has risen significantly all over the world. All over the world. Every single race of woman, from Japan to India to all across Asia, the Philippines, Thailand, all races of women, Hispanic, Latin American countries, all over the world, white women, everybody wants a Black man. Can you say that with the Black woman? The answer is a resounding no. And when I say the Black woman, I should make a caveat. The American Black woman. And very close behind that, unfortunately, is the British Black woman. Yes, I'm calling out my British Black sisters as well. You are following your Black American sisters' mentality. You're hearing it too often now. So when she says, oh, we can get other men, we have other options. No, you don't. Because the very thing that you want from men are not available in other countries. America is one of the few Western countries that have the strongest currency, the strongest earning potential. And those men are very limited in America. So if you cannot get the Black men and the men of value in your own country, you think that you can marry other men in your country or even outside your country? Most men who have extremely high status, they are very race loyal. Very race loyal. Just like Black men, they are very race loyal. The problem is the Black men don't have any good choices. So he has no choice but to find a woman who can get on his program. That's the difference. You think an Asian man want to put up with a boss B Black woman? You think a white man want to put up with that? He's going to take that to the cocktail dinners and his house in the Hamptons to deal with his other friends with the big booty and the loud and the colored hair you think he's going to put up with that? You think he wants that? You think he can take you home to his mother and grandmother? Hell no. Men of status do not do that. He wants Becky, who's really submissive, very nice. She can cook. She can clean. She has no problem doing what she has to do to take care of him because she's getting well paid for it. She don't have to be smart. She just have to be feminine, fit, friendly, feminine, agreeable, childless. What percentage of American Black women fall into that category? Those are traits that are rarely found in American Black women. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
And
I do, but wait, I have to give a caveat for this because I don't want to make any presumptions. As somebody who has been very open and transparent about my dating within and beyond Black men, I just want to say that that's not necessarily the savior complex that people think. Unfortunately, because I think when I have this conversation with Black women who have never dated outside of Black men, they often have a romanticized fantasy ideal about what that is, kind of like non-Black men will save us. And I don't know.
She has had a white boyfriend. I'll see if I can pull up a photo of it here. So she's talking from experience. She realized that there is no big difference between the two men because obviously her white man, her different color man, different race man, that did not come to fruition for him marrying her. So what does this tell you, gentlemen? What does this tell you, ladies? Doesn't matter the race. When it comes to signing that piece of paper, getting involved with another human being in a legal fashion, forget the romance, because you guys don't understand. When you get involved with someone, romance is not the issue. When you sign that piece of paper, romance is dead. Do you understand me? That piece of paper is a legal, cold, heartless document. Forget the warm fuzzies. And men are very logical. He knows that once I get involved with this woman and I have to deal with this headache all the time and I can't get out, and when she's ready, she's going to take, and I have to live in this lifestyle where I'm constantly being competing with my wife, hell no. No, I don't want that. She don't want to be a mother. She wants a partner. So what? I'm going to farm my kids out to daycare and some stranger every day because my wife, she got to go to the office every day, and she's working with a bunch of different companies, and she got to fly off to this one this month, fly off to this one next week, and the nanny is at home with the kids more than she sees it. No, hell no. Most men of means don't need that shit. So why would he marry you? There's no upside at all.
The savior complex that people think. Unfortunately, because I think when I have this conversation with black women who have never dated outside of black men, they often have a romanticized fantasy ideal about what that is, kind of like non-black men will save us, and I don't know,
no,
straight to Cam. And I know that's not what you're saying, right? But I do think like that was in the comments, right, of kind of my bus driver gate. Well, sis, what they need to know is you can date non-black men, and you will still have many of the same perils because there are differences culturally, but men are men. And when it comes down to misogyny and
men are men, period. Why the hell did she have to go into the misogyny? Why would a man want to have a relationship with you and he hates women? Because you don't understand that that's what misogyny means. Misogyny means a hatred of women. Why would that man get involved in a relationship with a woman if he hates women? Jesus, she had to go there.
And default presumptions of feminine worth and value, some of those things control cross-culturally. I only know it from experience.
But I will say, some of the women that I know that have dated outside of their race, I do not. I only date black men. But they will try to convince me that it is better. And maybe that's why we have that idea that it is romanticized. Because it's like, oh, girl, you need to get you an Italian man because they know how to worship us. They know how to treat us better. Okay, so when it comes to that, do you feel like people throw that in your face as well? Because when you see a black man that's dating a white woman, it's kind of just like, okay, you know, the athletes, oh, they all got them a white woman, and that's fine.
There's a whole movement called Passport Bro.
This is what I mean.
Oh, God.
I mean, it goes to Ebony's point about black women being fed the narrative that you got to take what you can get, that you're the lowest on the totem pole in terms of attractiveness, and that black men are actively saying, I do not want a black woman. I am going to go to another country to find another, you know, ethnicity or race of woman because I deem them to be more attractive. I deem them to have more traditional values. Read the
room. That's what she should have said. She's exactly right. This brings and solidify my point I made earlier. Passport bros are telling black women, we do not like the product we have in our own country. We prefer to go somewhere else and find a different product that we want. You can stay on the shelf. We have choices. The American black brand is huge, and men are voting with their damn passports. We don't want the woman that feminism has created for us, because there's no other race that have actually absorbed the stupidity of feminism more than the American black woman. Yeah, the over-sexualization, the massive push for this, I am the boss, I am this, I am that. No, men said no. I said no. Just so you guys know, if you guys don't know it already, my wife is as white as it comes. British white. Lovely woman. Yeah, my ex-wife, she was actually Middle Eastern. Point is, I don't care what color the woman is, as long as she is a good woman. And my choices when I was ready to get married again were very, very limited. I refused to take a chance on another black woman. Simple. There's nothing else to it. Okay? So men, black men, successful black men, middle-income black men, they have choices. Because the American black woman has built this ideal of a black man and have pushed it to the point where these men are saying, what the hell? You think we like it? You think men like it to the point where we don't want to be with our own women? Hell no. But what other choice do we have? The black man has no choice. Trust me, I get the calls coming in daily from black men in pain, in absolute pain. And what can I tell them? Brother, all I can tell you is you got to get a passport. I have no other choice. Where there are kids involved, I try to say, listen, you guys got to work it out for the kids. Please book a call with the wife so that I can talk to her, so I can try to talk some sense into her. But so many black men are in pain because their women have been poisoned by the crap that they hear on social media from other black women. It's horrible, man. And you ladies don't understand. You are the product. You're losing to this ideology that have been created.
Marry them.
There shouldn't be no reason why you can't say, I don't want to date a bus driver. You know why? You're a lawyer. You did your education. You've done your work. You've been on television. You're still on television. And you probably don't want that kind of man. And that's okay.
And I don't think that man wants me, lawyer. That's the other part of the
conversation.
Where you going to meet him? No, I'm not saying that. But that man does not want me.
See, that's the thing. These women keep thinking that, oh, I don't want that kind of man. You don't have any freaking choice. That's the difference. You don't have a choice because the man that you want don't want you. This is the delusion that occurs in black woman's head. She thinks that she's still the most desired. You're not. That's the problem. You're still hot. You're beautiful. I love that skin. I love that glow. I love all of that. The booty. I love all of that. But your attitude stinks. Your expectation from the man is way overboard. The man can't rest. You're constantly at war with your men. Who the hell wants that? No man wants that.
We're all single here on this panel. Are you single?
I am definitely single.
I'm newly single.
Yeah.
I've been single a very long time.
Yeah.
And
single.
And all successful, which is scary. So it is that hard, right? We're saying it's not that hard, but you have 4 successful women.
Because the success is not to our advantage. Can you speak to that?
I had this exact conversation about her.
Yeah.
And I posed the question about, the CEO of Xerox. Why should she have to date a bus driver? Why is this even a part of the conversation? First of all, the two of them probably have very little in common. Not even in terms of them personally, but their lives and their lifestyles and that sort of thing. And what's called into question when it comes to trying to date somebody who's of a different status than where you are, you're going to encounter problems that are going to result in microaggressions, just like the fissures are going to kind of show up in the relationship.
Yeah, from you. Yes, microaggression from you, not from the man. This is the problem that you're failing to answer. This is where you're failing to look. You're not taking any responsibility for the microaggression you're going to cause.
So what you're naming, though, is really the crux of the issue, which is that people want to sit on platforms, social media, radio and television and the like, and they want to pretend as if we live in a society, particularly in this nation, that doesn't have class, socioeconomic distinction.
Exactly.
Let's just start from that point.
Yeah. Right.
We want to pretend that we live in this kumbaya society where, quote, everyone's the same. Stop cap.
Yeah.
Stop cap.
Yeah. It's very
It's
true.
not.
Yeah.
It's not. Like we need to
true.
be clear. And it's not, for me, it's never about being better than, which I think is how a lot of that was framed.
Yes.
I've been very clear. My mother drove Charlotte-Mecklenburg School's bus for many years to make sure that I had everything that I needed. And from that, and if I bought a bus driver home to Gloria, she would smack the black off of me. Because her point is I put you in position to go get it. To go get it at a different and, yes, higher level. So why, and let me tell you something else I know about women who show up in success and financially and this, that, and the third, and then they...
She just contradicted herself. Jesus. Exactly. She said it's not about class or not about status. But then she described the fact that she don't want a man below her status. Make that make sense. Her mother would slap the black off of her if she didn't bring a man home that was above or at her status. Oh, God, listening to women in these podcasts sometimes drives you a little bit bonkers as a man, you know? But reality of it is, guys, this is where we are with the dating market, especially in the black community. These are our professional black women here.
Try to act as if we're all the same, and they do date, you know, men that maybe are differently positioned financially or educationally or otherwise. They are typically resented. I'm going to just tell you the truth. The women I know that build men, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because we've all done it. That's truth be told. In my first marriage, I paid the bills. Let's be clear. I'm not speaking hypothetically. I'm speaking from experience. I was a lawyer dating a grad student. Who do you think was running them bills?
Right.
Let's stop it. And what I felt, y'all, was I appreciate the lifestyle I get to live with you, but I hate you for it.
Yeah.
But I hate you for it.
Yes.
I hate that I got to have my hand out when I want to go get these new kicks. I hate that I have to ask in a way about, well, where are we going on vacation and what does my contribution look like? Because I'm not running shop the way I really want to run shop, as most men really like to lead their household.
Right.
Exactly. And so when I was talking about Miss CEO of Xerox, I'm saying, what is the problem with a woman of that stature? The amount of time that she's invested, not into her, you know, schooling, but her profession, into her life.
So, gentlemen, this is why I tell you, you better not ask a woman for money. This was my video day before yesterday. Don't ever ask a woman for money. It will be a freaking nightmare. The fact that she had to actually provide for her grad student boyfriend or husband made her absolutely it made her, I'm not going to say the word, but it made things dry up. Okay? It made her dislike him more. Now she's putting it off as if it made the man feel uncomfortable. But trust me, it made her feel more uncomfortable than ever. Okay? Women cannot provide for men on a long-term basis. That is the reality. Otherwise, they feel that they're losing. You're listening to a woman who basically say, I would not date a bus driver unless he owns the bus. Right? This is that type of woman. Who do you think had the bigger problem with her previous relationship? The man or her? I am sure she made that man's life a living nightmare. Every time he needed something from her, it would have been a nightmare. Listen, my wife has a master's degree, okay? She don't throw it in my face. I don't have a master's degree. I didn't even finish my bachelor's degree because I didn't see it necessary. She don't look down on me every day because I still bring it home. One, when she met me, I was already at the finish line. But two, she's a good woman. She's a woman who understands my role as a man and as a father of our kids. That's the difference between a black woman and other races. I'm not even going to define white, black, other races.
Like to lead their household.
Right.
Exactly. And so when I was talking about Miss CEO of Xerox, I'm saying, what is the problem with a woman of that stature? The amount of time that she's invested, not into her, you know, schooling, but her profession, into her life, building herself up. Why shouldn't she feel like she should be equally yoked? Why is that a problem?
Yeah.
You know, and then it's always the reverse card. Well, when men are titans of industries, do they go looking for equally yoked, et cetera, et cetera? No, because they're probably not going to go find it. I'm like, oh, Jesus, Lord, take the wheel. feel.
Yeah, well, they also want somebody that's going to follow them around and do what they want them to do.
That's what I said. Titans of industry are looking for women who are not going to say, I'm sorry, my schedule is
Exactly.
They need a woman who is going to be at their beck and call, who is going to be available for everything, who's going to have the kids, raise them, and just be available for them.
As if that's a problem. As if that's a problem. The difference is you need to make your man feel like he is still the man of the house. He's not just a wallet. So, guys, listen, this was a great show. I love breaking this one down. Go over to their channel. You can watch the rest of it there. But I think we pretty much covered it because they just kept beating themselves back into a corner with all of these issues and talking points. The reality of it is that we get to have a great insight into the minds of women who think that they have made it to the point where they have gone beyond being just powerful women and that every man should be running after them. But these are 4 single women who cannot find a man that want them. That's the key. That's the key, my friends. That want them. All right? So guys, listen, give me a thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe and hit the notification button. And of course, book a session. I'd love to talk to each and every one of you guys. All right? And hey, the merch store is opening up soon. So guys, look forward to that. Okay? Remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.